Okay, hey guys, welcome back or welcome if you're new. My name is Monykerra, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing my first period story. Or no, I'm telling the story of when I got my first period, basically. So yeah, I came up with this idea because my period's coming soon and I didn't know what to post for this week's video, so I was like, okay, what if I make a video related to my period? And I came up with the telling my story video. I watched a lot of videos about people telling their period stories, because I wanted to see what other people's stories were, and it was pretty interesting. So I was like, okay, I want to try. But yeah, I did make a day in my life on my period video, but I saved it as private because I didn't like how it came out. But if you guys want me to try to do it again, I will. So yeah, but don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications whenever I post a video. And without further ado, let's get into the story time. Alright, so the year was 2016. It was February the 24th, and I was the age of 13. I was at the age of 13. I was 13 years old in the 8th grade. So, just came back from an appointment, and I went to my social studies class. In my social studies class, we were watching a video, and the lights were off. I don't remember what the video was about, but we were watching a video. I sat down at my seat, and while I was there for within 5 minutes in, I had this really bad stomach ache. I didn't know what it was. I knew it wasn't like a poop stomach ache, like I had to poop, because it felt different. It felt weird. And it was like down there. It wasn't like at my stomach area. It was like a different area, So I was like, okay, what is it? I was like, I didn't eat anything, so maybe that's why my stomach's hurting, because I took so long to eat something. Maybe that's why my stomach's hurting, because I didn't eat anything yet. But I was like, well, it's okay because lunch is about to start soon. We're going to be going to lunch soon, so it'll be fine. So I'm just sitting there. I'm starting to get really uncomfortable, and it's starting to hurt. So I'm like, okay, let me go to the bathroom. I raise my hand. My teacher lets me go to the bathroom. I'm walking in the hallway. One of my other classmates is coming from somewhere else, going back to the class. He tells me hi. I'm like, hi. When he passes me, I look down between my legs to see if I peed myself or whatever. I look down. I see this small of a dot between my legs, right in the center where my vagina is. I was lucky because you couldn't see it from the back or the front. It was really small, so I was lucky. But I was like, oh my God, please don't be what it is. Please don't be what I think it is. So I'm in the bathroom. There's 2 girls in the bathroom skipping class. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I go in the bathroom, close the door, pull down my pants, and then as I'm pulling down my underwear, I can feel something wet, like going down my thigh as I'm pulling my underwear down. I look down, and I see a blood clot in my underwear, and my underwear is soaked. So I'm like, okay, what the heck? I started crying, and I started screaming, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Now, the 2 girls in the bathroom were like, what's wrong, what's wrong? I was like, I got my first period. She was like, oh, okay, do you have a pad? I'm like, no, I don't have a pad. It's my first period. Why would I carry around pads? I didn't have a period before to have pads, so why would I carry around a pad? She's like, well, you should carry around a pad before you get your period. Did you know that it was coming soon? I was like, no. Lie. I didn't know because I did my research when I started, changing, when my body started changing. Because I started discharge in the 7th grade. I started getting discharge, and my boobs started growing when I was in the 6th grade. And I think on the internet it says when your boobs start growing, be prepared to get your period 2 years later or something like that. And when you get discharged, your period's gonna come soon. And then I had both of those things happen. My boobs were growing, and I got discharged in the 7th grade. So then, yeah, I knew that was coming, but I didn't prepare for it, basically. She was like, okay, I got a pad, and she hands me the pad from under the stall door. I get the pad, open it. That thing was so long. It was so long. Oh my God. I didn't know what to, but yeah, I didn't know what to do because there was a big blood clot in my underwear, and I didn't know if I was supposed to take my underwear off and put it over the toilet and try to let it drop into the toilet or what. I didn't know what to do. So I just took some toilet paper and I scooped up the blood clot and put it in the trash can. Not the trash can. I put it in the toilet, and I did that 2 times and put it in the toilet again. And then I flushed the toilet, put the pad on, and then pulled up my pants. And then my teacher came in while I was still in the stall. She's like, Mo, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, no, I just got my first period. She's like, oh, okay, well, go to the nurse and see if you can get some new underwear, and you can come back to class and go to lunch. I'm like, okay, but in my head, I'm like, go back to lunch, go back to class. Like, no, I'm not going back to class. Everybody knows that I got my period because the whole class was outside of the girls' bathroom, walking to the cafeteria. So the whole class heard me scream and say I got my period. I went to the nurse's office, and while I'm walking there, like I'm walking like a penguin because I'm so uncomfortable, and the pad's so uncomfortable. So I go to the nurse's office. The nurse is on the phone. It takes her a while to get off. When she finally gets off the phone, she's like, "Hey, honey, what's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, I got my first period." She was like, "Oh, congratulations." And I'm just like, "No, I don't want this." She was like, "What? Every girl wants their period." I was just like, "No, they don't. I don't want my period." She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, go to the stall and go to the bathroom over there." There was a bathroom inside the nurse's office, of course. Go to the stall and I'll go get you some underwear and you can just go freshen up and clean down there, whatever. And I was like, "Okay." Right when I walk into the bathroom, there's a table at the right of me, on the right side of me, and there's a whole bunch of pads, tampons, panty liners, and a little manual or like a booklet or whatever telling you, like, it explains about your period, your menstrual cycle, all that stuff, spotting and all that stuff, and it was right there. While I'm getting all the pads and stuff off of the table, the nurse comes, opens the door, and she's like, "Here." She cracks the door open, and she's like, "Here's some underwear," and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry that they're white. We don't have any other color, so yeah, you're gonna have to use these white ones." I was like, "Oh my god, okay." So go in the stall with the new pads that I got off the table. And I wasn't gonna I didn't get any tampons because I was too scared to get those. I was like, I'm not even gonna use those because I don't know how to use those. So I only got the pads, and then I go into the stall, and then I went and I took off my pants, and then I took off my underwear, and I took a whole bunch of toilet paper, wrapped it around my hand, and started wiping down there, trying to get as much blood off of my vagina as possible. Then I put it in the toilet. There's so much toilet paper in the toilet and so much blood. It was so bad. But anyways, after I cleaned myself up, I got the new underwear, the white underwear, put those on, and then I remembered how my mom taught my sister how to put her pads away. So basically, she would take the dirty pad or basically like the bloody pad. She would take the bloody pad, roll it up, and then take the wrapper from the pad and put it in there and roll it into the wrapper, and then put it in the trash. That way you won't see any blood from both sides or anything at all. I was like, okay, I remember that, so that's what I did, and I put it in the little period bag that's usually glued on the side of the stall, on the wall, on the stall, and I put it in there. And then I put the new pad in my white underwear and put my white underwear on, and then I put my pants back on. After that, I checked the toilet and on the floor to see if I dripped, and I didn't, so I was good. So then I got out the stall. Oh, and the lady gave me a Ziploc bag, by the way. I forgot to say that. She gave me a Ziploc bag to put my bloody underwear in. So yeah, I tried to wash my underwear, by the way, because I thought I could save them. No. I took some hand soap, turned the water on, and then tried scrubbing it out, but I couldn't save it. But I still saved the underwear anyways, and I put them in the bag after I tried cleaning them. But then after that, I had a bag. The nurse gave me this little goodie bag, and I put all my pads in that, and I put the little booklet in there as well. And when I was done, she was like, "Okay, well, you're all good. You can go back to class." I was like, "No, I want to call my mom, please." And she was like, "Okay, I guess. Go ahead." She gave me the phone. I called my mom. My mom takes forever to answer. I'm like, "Okay, Mom." She finally answers the phone. I'm like, "Mom, hey." She's like, "Hey, why are you calling? What's wrong?" I was like, "Nothing. Well, yeah, there's something, but I got my period." She's like, "What?" I was like, "I got my first period." She was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Oh." She was like, "Okay, well, but why are you calling?" I was like, "Because I want you to pick me up." She's like, "Why?" I was like, "Because I got my period." She was like, "Okay, like, you can go back to class, you're fine." I was like, "No, everybody knows I got my period. I don't want to go back. I want to go home." She's like, "Mo, like, you don't have to go home because you got your period. You can go back to class. It's not the end of the world." I'm just like, "Please pick me up, Mom, please." She's like, "Okay, I'm coming." So I'm waiting, and then my mom finally gets there. I'm in the car, and we're on the way back home, and I'm just like this, looking out the window like this. And I'm just like, oh my god. and I'm in pain. I was still having cramps. Also, I forgot to mention that I was still having cramps and I was nauseous. Oh my god! And my mom starts smiling and she looks at me and she's like, "My baby's a woman now. She got her period." And then when I got home, I looked through the booklet and I was just reading all the pages about spotting, ovulation, all that stuff. But there's my period story. Hopefully it was interesting. I don't know. But hopefully I explained everything good. I'm not good at telling stories again. I'm like good at it, but I tried. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below when you got your period, because I want to know. And yeah, I'll see you. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Alright, bye guys.